People on my channel, you know, I have a series called I Got Questions. And today I get to hang out with Kathy and Cheryl, two of my favorite people, members of my community, but also really cool creators. So this is gonna be the first time where I'm doing the I Got Questions with two people. So this ought to be fun. Okay, so I'll start with you, Kat. The first question is, what does being a creator mean to you today?
I think it means instead of thinking about what I might do with some of my knowledge, actually getting my knowledge out there, since I do cooking, right? So instead of me thinking, oh, I'm gonna make a recipe, or oh, one day I'm gonna make a cookbook, it's today I make a recipe, or today I do a live, make a thing.
Man, I've done like 10 of these. Didn't hear that answer before. That's actually a good answer. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's one of my favorite calls. So really, okay, Cheryl, what does being a creator mean to you?
For me, it's getting to share my experiences and things that I learn with other people, and to help our community have some safe space to go to at the same time.
Yeah, people are looking for camaraderie, togetherness, a place where they feel belonged.
I like that word.
Belonged.
Is good.
It's like a hug.
We have a Hawaii brand. It was like Iko Mamai, come belong, and Iko Mamai is welcome in Hawaiian, and it's a travel agency, so really funny. But she goes, come belong, now it makes sense when I hear it after I said it. But yeah, people looking for a place of belonging. So that's it. When it comes to being a creator, Kathy, what for you has like been one of your recent lessons that you picked up?
I think the bigger overarching lesson for me, like in the past year and a half or so, is that it's okay to kind of make money off of what I create and to allow myself that space, because I think at first I was feeling kind of dirty about it. And to know that I'm really helping people with what I'm doing. The same way as like you're helping me with creating, and I have a lot of appreciation for that. And like being a part of your membership every month, I don't go, I gotta give money to Doc. Like, I don't even think about it. I'm like, okay, Doc's got some of my money. So the electric company has some of my money.
Yes, I
right. Whereas sometimes I think, oh, someone's paying for my membership and they're thinking about it really hard. Either they should be there or they shouldn't. But also the fact that not only is it okay that I can make money, if I actually go and do lives and people are like, what do you mean this exists? Of course I want it. And so by being out there and just saying, hey, I have this thing, because I'm not going, oh, for you, for 15 minutes, it's whatever. But I'm not trying to be sleazy about it, but just to go blah, and someone going, oh yeah, I really want that. And so does four of my friends.
Right, I like that.
And to let that worth kind of sink in, which I'm trying to do now, but it's a little hard sometimes.
Oh, it's definitely hard. Even for me, I struggle with the fact that I need to charge people to do certain things, and I have let lots of opportunities slide because of feeling guilty about charging. But the reality is, that person is going to go spend money on something else, trying to take a shortcut that's not going to work for them. So if anything, if I can get them to spend the money with me, at least I know I'm going to give them something they can use, as opposed to spending some money where someone's going to waste their money for them. And it's really they're just about collecting money, right? I know I'm able to give value with that. All right, so what is a recent lesson that you recently learned that you think, you can share with other people or they need to hear?
It's okay to mess up. It's okay to put something out there that has something misspelled, and yeah, somebody's going to be a jerk about it, but the next day somebody's going to be really nice about it. So it's okay to mess up. It's a learning thing, and so, when you mess up, you learn. And so the next one's even better because you remember what you messed up and you fix it the next time.
Yes. Well, I mean, just remember, even Tiger used to have bad games, right? The thing about it is whenever the people that come hard at you in the comments about something that you did wrong, I love to click on their channel and they ain't posted a single video.
Yep.
So
I do that too.
imagine somebody who can't drive telling you how to drive. Like, you don't even have a license. Shut up. Go away. So in a way, yeah, don't let that bother you. And the reality is, this is super hard as creators, but focusing on the person that gave you the bad juju is taking away energy from the people who deserve better from you. That person doesn't deserve the best you. That person doesn't even deserve to see the backside of your ass. So you want to spend that time weaving for the people who deserve to wear the sweater that you create. And it's so hard to do because it's very easy to just want to like, let me go ham on this dude right now. But yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Okay, so what do you wish for or long for as a creator that would, just make things better for you?
I'm going to answer two things. One is that if we had a really good course platform, which is why I'm going to look at the one you were talking about, but I feel like they all fall short on something. Since I have a community and to be able to have that all in one space would be great. The other thing, one of the things that I long for and I get and I'm grateful for is when my community tells me how I've helped them. And when they tell me what they need from me so that I can help them, make it easier for me to help them.
Yes. I think too many people are afraid to. And it goes back to what Cheryl said, actually. So many people are a-holes in the comments that there's somebody in your community that needs to tell you to tighten something up and they're afraid that you're going to take it the wrong way. And it's like, if you could, like, I know you would more than happily tighten it up, to make it better for everyone else. And I feel like some people feel like they can't say anything because the assholes who come in and say ill things that just make the space seem a little, so yeah, that's kind of pain in the butt, but yeah, incredible. If there was something that you could wish for, like, what would it be?
It's kind of a selfish thing, but for my confidence to increase faster so that I, feel
I know
more.
how to increase confidence faster. You're not going to like the answer, but I know how to increase confidence faster.
Yeah,
You want to know what it is?
I do.
You got to do more work.
That's
It's so crazy because it's so simple.
Right.
But confidence comes from knowing that you can do it, right? It's a trust in yourself. And the only way to build trust is through reps, right? Whether that's like, how long you guys been together?
God.
About 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm
Almost.
saying?
Yeah.
But the confidence in each other now is completely different from year one, right? I mean, at some point, it was confidence enough to get married, right?
Yeah.
So that came from reps. You definitely don't want to go back to the beginning because you might change your mind. Sorry, Kat. Sorry, Kat. but like that literally comes from reps. So like knowing how you gotta, set things up for her when you hand her a piece of equipment for the live, like you already gotta have it set up. She's not gonna want to press the buttons. When you're doing the lighting a particular way, like what those particulars are. And vice versa. She knows what your pain points and comfort points are. That level of confidence comes from knowing your subject matter. And even in a complicated subject matter like your partner, you still have no problem putting in those reps because in a corny statement, the juice is worth the squeeze, right? So, and everybody wants there to be a pill or a trick or a course or something that's going to bring your confidence up. And I kind of wish, even though I might end up selling one, so I'll go ahead and shoot myself in the foot now. I kind of wish it was illegal to sell confidence courses, because the only way to gain extra confidence is more reps. Yesterday, this is super funny. Paul and I left the office here at ECAM headquarters, and we went to the hotel in Portsmouth. Now, I come to Mass a minimum of twice a year, normally 3 or 4 times a year. I started with the company in 2001. This is probably my 10th trip to Mass. But I drive from here to Portsmouth with no GPS. And then when we get to Portsmouth, I went over the bridge like I was going to Maine. Maybe because half of my brain was like, I need to go to the Adidas store. And the other half of my brain was like, damn, what's the lobster sandwich? And the
lobster roll.
The fishes, yeah, because I took Paul, Gretchen, and Louise, because Louise bought a nasty lobster sandwich, and then he was like, it wasn't that good. Everybody says it's good. I'm like, which one did you go to? And he named something. I'm like, nah, dude, that's not it. So we all got in the car, and I took them to Bob's, and then after Louise took one bite, he was like, I was like, yeah, that's the one you're supposed to eat. And then, Paul and Gretchen, we had a good time. We were eating lunch. And so I think because I was thinking about that, I was heading that way. And so I missed a turn. And then I did a little thing. And Paul goes, oh, did you miss a turn? And I was like, yeah. But I don't mind, because now that tells me how not to miss a turn again. Because it's kind of a weird cut. And you can go either way. But if you go this way, it's better. And then the road that I normally take is currently closed because of the hotel. But even without the GPS, I figured out the secondary route to get to the hotel. And I will drive in places like this with no GPS so that I can build the familiarity, because I don't want to be dependent on the GPS. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that is a confidence thing. Confidence comes from the knowledge that you have. So when I say to Kat, like, oh, I want to make this tofu, but I want to do it with like a sort of Tex-Mex barbecue rub, and she was like, oh, I got one of those. I'd be like, mother, but she does. Because that confidence is, I can make up a spice blend. I could go to a restaurant and taste something and then go home and put together that spice blend. That's from her practice, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. So yes, I appreciate the wanting to get to that level, but you really just got to do reps. And I want everybody to hear that, because there's people that are still trying to find the secret sauce to confidence, and confidence comes from reps. When you was a little kid, you would try to walk and you would fall. You would try to walk and you'd fall. Then your brain said, hold the table. So you would hold the table. For about a week, you would walk, holding the table, wall, mom and dad's leg, something. And then eventually you realize, okay, hey now. Then you start doing it. You're like, well, if I run, I won't fall. So you start running. Some of us never stopped. But eventually you start walking without touching anything. Mm-hmm. That's the reps. Anybody's gone through knee surgery, the ability to put the cane down, that only comes from reps. You can't put the cane down if you don't do the reps. Mm-hmm. Simple as pie. All right, so I almost messed this one up in the stream, but I'm saving it for now. This is kind of sort of creative related, but not really. What turns you into Kathy the Witch? Like, you just love everything about witch culture, witch core. What? And I love the fact that you love that, because I find it interesting too, because they like purple.
Right?
So I was in a long time ago. Actually, it started with me with Elizabeth Montgomery. Yes, I was a little kid. What do you want from me? But yeah, what was it that drew you into that?
I think it's just the creativity of it and the realizing of kind of how there's so much magic in everyday life.
100%.
And like really looking for that. And I find that like working on manifestation and things like that, and manifestation and positive thinking, I'm kind of doing my way, which is a little bit like, oh, I want to have more confidence. So I start thinking about that, and then what can get me to that, right? So when I'm talking about manifestation, I'm not talking about, I have $1 million, ting, right? And then I'm just sitting here waiting for $1 million to rain for the ceiling. And I think that in a lot of religions and Wicca and things like that too. It's a lot about doing these rituals to kind of put into the physical what your mind is thinking. And when I'm in the kitchen making up these potions and powders, it feels like that. Like I feel like I get really in touch with my senses and all of that. And I feel like it kind of puts me in the best light. So when I'm kind of being connected to nature, being connected to my senses, being grounded in my environment makes me more confident and more adventurous.
I love that you said that, and I want everybody watch this video to hear this clearly. When I was in school, Catholic school, I remember praying to God that I passed this pre-calc test, and I'm studying my ass off. And I'm praying to God to pass this test because I don't want to fail this test because, you know, I want to stay on my track team. I want to stay football. So I'm studying. I'm like praying. The test comes. I'm on the desk. I'm like, oh my God, okay, God, help me pass this test. Blah, blah, blah. Boom. Put 96. Then I remember praying to God to pass the test in geography that I didn't study for. And you know what? I got a D.
Right.
And an ass whooping. I remember the ass whooping. It still hurt. That's why every once in a while y'all see me do this, right? So kind of funny how when I prayed to God to pass the pre-calc test that I studied for, I got 96. But when I prayed to God, same Catholic school, same uniform, same pencil, notebook, everything, to pass that geo test, and I failed it, got my ass beat. Go figure.
It's like that. Isn't it the helicopter rescue one, the joke? I'm not going to tell it well, so if you remember it. Like, I'm on a roof and it's flooded, right? And then a boat comes up and I'm like, no, God's going to help me. I'm praying to God, and it goes away. And then something else comes by. And then finally he's like, God, why aren't you helping? He's like, I sent you a boat and a this and a that. And if you can't do that, then you could just drown, right?
Now I remember it. Yes, 100%.
Right. And I think it is a little bit of that. Like some of it is actually opening your eyes and seeing what your choices are to help, because, you know, you have a brain, you have some things, and you have fears. And it's okay to have those fears, but that shouldn't necessarily stop you from trying.
Correct. You see that, Mom? She thinks I have a brain.
My mom used to always say that
the head is for more than the hat rack. Remember that one?
Well, my mom used to always say that God helps those willing to help themselves.
Yeah, that's what my grandma used to say too. Mom and grandma both used to say that. My mom's famous one is God don't like ugly.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, well, good thing I'm cute then. Pap! Oh, right. Oh. Like, well, I'll make you ugly. I'm like, oh, your mouth is gonna get you in trouble one day. I'm like, yup.
And look, now it's your
It's my job.
prize.
It's my job. It's super funny. But yeah, I always, I love that. I love doing these things because I want creators to see that we come in many shapes, sizes, colors, the whole 9 yards. We're like Lego bricks, but we're better together. Mm-hmm. And so many people are still looking for this magic sauce. And as corny as it sounds, the magic is within you. And this is something I've been fighting with Peanut with for 365 days almost.
Yep.
If it was next week, it would be like a full ass year.
Yep.
But we've been on this train. And now that I see what you're doing and I see the work that you're doing, I can say, first of all, not that it matters, but I'm proud of you. And I just want you to keep doing what you're doing because really the magic is already in you. I've got that magic in me. I don't know where that song comes from. Magic.
Also, but it means a lot that you can look at this and say that you're proud of me, because a year ago, I was floundering around here going, I guess I should be doing like product placement videos and things to accompany her but I didn't have any passion for it and I couldn't move forward because I was like, oh, I don't want to do these. Like in my brain, I was saying, this isn't the right thing for me. This isn't the right thing for me. And then when we decided to do this travel channel, it just like clicked.
I want to tell you something I haven't told anybody for a while. So back in, I want to say 2008, I went to get my real estate license because Small was going to start her brokerage. She didn't start it right away. She started it at the end of 2009. But I was like, I can help you because, you know, she was like the number one stunner in her company. And once her broker knew that, her broker would go on these long cruises and leave her in charge of the office. And then I realized that the broker was still doing like 60, 40, 70, 30, but Small was doing all of the work. And I was like, you gotta start your own thing. And she was a little worried about it. I go, I can help you. Like, I'll get a license and I'll help you. And about 8 months into it, I was like, dude, you opened your mouth and wrote a check, your behind can't cash.
Yeah.
Because I could not stand the real estate business because I have little patience with stupid people and there's a lot of stupid realtors.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest fights for me was, like, we had updated tech, updated computers. And in Hawaii, houses aren't cheap, right? The cheap house is $1 million. I'm like, you get 3% commission on $1 million sale, and you telling me you can't open a PDF because you're on Acrobat 4, and we're on Acrobat 17, and Acrobat costs $160. Bitch, what you doing? Like, that was me. And she's like, you can't say that to people. Yes, I can. They work in Windows 95. Yo, it's 2010 damn near. They still got Windows 95? You know, like, I'm like, yo, you cannot throw that much money in the trash it costs to buy a brand new computer with the commissions you make doing real estate in Hawaii. And I realized that I just couldn't do it. So doing it just to make the other half happy was silly. And if anything, it probably put a couple of little, you know, walls in the relationship. I was like, yeah, I got to go back to being a nerd. I will help you do everything nerd related. I'll build your website. I'll help you with your database. I'll do all your marketing, advertising, whatever. I will hammer signs into the ground, clean toilets, everything. I ain't never writing another purchase contract to save my soul. Take this license and put it in the shredder. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. She's like, thank God, I was waiting for you to get the fuck out of my way. I was like, okay, okay, here you go. It's all yours now. So it's good that you realize that you need to have your own lane, but even though it's an own lane that allows you guys to be closer together anyway. So I think that's very important. And I do believe that if you have two creators in the same house that do separate things, it's kind of good. Like Tom and Heather are a good example of that, right? They don't create the same thing, but they help each other create. They feed off each other. It's like you have a built-in co-working space, you know, with a dog and some cats.
Well, and the thing is, together, when we are together on camera and things, we do really, really well.
Yeah, 100%.
But she's the expert, like, in her subject area and things. I'm kind of like the co-host kind of thing, and that works. And I think doing that on the Travel Channel as well is good, and, you know, for us both to work together. But as far as when deciding, like, her deciding what goes in her book, her deciding what the book is called, that's her stuff.
Yeah.
And then for me, you know, I need to get a notebook. I need to start planning the things that I'm learning to do. You know, then I stay in my lane doing that, but then we work together on the creation of.
And again, there's so much information that you can share with people from the standpoint of, these are the things I do to help my wife run her channel, right? Here's my editing stuff I'm working on. Here's, you know, me building my own channel at the same time I'm trying to support her. But those are conversations that other people are having too, right? They're still trying to figure this out. And I think the thing is to get out there and share, just constantly share. And that's what too many people are afraid to share stuff because they're not going to make it perfect. You want to share the unperfect because the people that are sharing perfect are lying. You know this because when you try to create what they created, it doesn't come out that way. And then you get mad at yourself because you can't create the way that they create. The reality is they're lying. There's the reason why you can't do it. Because they're only showing you one of 400 takes to get to that. So when you go, why does my video not look as good as Clarice? When Clarice edited that bitch for 2 months. Because she was trying to get it perfect. But in the meantime, she lying.
Yeah. And It's important for me, and this was another thing that we kind of talked a little bit while we were traveling, is it's important for me and important for you, I think, too, that we keep it real. Like, we're just us. And the us that you see on camera is the us that you get in person.
There you go.
There's
Except
no,
for some cursing.
Except for cursing.
That's the only
Yeah.
thing we do different.
We curse in real life, but we don't online.
lot.
Because her audience skews much older, and right now my audience.
They be clutching pearls. Oh my Lord. They be like, yeah. Yeah. My favorite line is, well, I never, well, you should have. Oh, before we finish this, I do want to tell you something that I've been repeating a lot lately. I think is very important, especially Cheryl, you hear this, and you too, Kathy, because you say it often. I need you to stop shitting on yourself. That is painful. I did it to myself so bad. I have should scars. I have should stains in my underwear. Like, you really want to stop shitting on yourself. And the reason why we do that is this comparative analysis to other people. So when they do X, we're like, I should do X too. You shouldn't do shit. You got to do what you can in the best of your ability and nothing more than that. If you are doing what you do at the best of your ability, you did what you're supposed to. Now, what happens is your abilities get better and eventually you get there. But when you be like, I should have done this, I should have done that, that is called shame.
Yeah.
And it's a shame to shame yourself like that. So you don't, oh my God, it's been the biggest thing to me, especially going through therapy at this point, is like the things that I should have done. And it's like, no. And you definitely don't want to be Paul's age talking about what you should have done. You know what I mean? So you got to let it go. Like, you just don't. You know, we got like 10 years to catch up with Mary over there. So like, we got time to get this work did. But yeah, definitely. Shooting in yourself is so bad and it's so easy to do. Like, oh my God, I catch myself every day and I'm like, bitch, say that shit again. And I'm like, no shooting on yourself. You know, so yeah. Well, how do they find your channel?
You can go to the plantbasedexplorers.com. Oh, not .com. Okay. God. Well, you can, but there's no site there yet.
Coming.
You're going to be by
in the
yourself.
future.
Go to the
coming soon.
Yeah, the Plant-Based Explorers on YouTube. And then you can see the cooking channel if you just look up Kathy Hester.
All right, cool. And then listen, Cheryl's gonna make some shorts. I'm gonna see to it. We're gonna create something this week, so at least you have like 10 to leak out over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we're gonna be out there and get some shorts together. Thank you guys for doing this I Got Questions series. You know what I always say? I don't know if you need to hear this, but if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, let me know. And if you want to be part of the I Got Questions, so far they've all been IRL. But I'm opened up to the idea of doing them through Zoom at this point because I got more than 10 of them in the can. And this is my first one where I got to do it with 2 people. So I love it. It's longer than I normally do it, but it was well worth it because I get to hang out with my peeps. Yeah. And right about now, the algorithm's going to show you another video they think you should watch, and we agree with them.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence, then let them